What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Basic Trades. Y'all know me as Jose, and we are here officially with Stock Group. Today was actually a pretty decent trade. We made about 1,300 bucks today. Not a bad day. Definitely want to do a little bit more, but we can't complain. It's $1,300, right? But it was the most simplest, basic trade that could have happened. The only thing was, it did take a very long time to get this trade done. But that's why, we are patient traders. We do not just rush into every trade that there is. We take our time with the trades that happen. If it comes to us, we let the trade reveal our strategy, and we don't force our strategy onto the market. So with that said, let's jump into it, guys. So let's go down here. We are here right now on the 30-minute time frame, and I want to show you guys this quick setup. So again, 9:30 market opens. We don't do anything for the first 30 minutes because we're going to mark out our 30-minute orb strategy, right? So this, from the bottom of this wick candle right here to the top, we mark it out. So we have here, we find this top candle, mark it out for the day, and then we drop down to the 5-minute. Now, the 5-minute was okay. Um, I did, I did see it, and I did not like what I was seeing. So, to give you guys a perspective, um, of what exactly is it that I'm looking at, I didn't like any of this going on right here because we came back up, we broke out a little bit, then we came back down for the retest, then we kept trying, and I said we don't do nothing until we have clear breakout and retest, okay? Which we did right here about 11 o'clock. We had a breakout, then we're right here, I'm sorry. At 10:45 we had a breakout, then we came back down for a retest, then we had another breakout, but this level was holding very strong between these two. It was just like, I was actually starting to second guess and be like, maybe I should have done the 15-minute orb instead of a 30, but it played out. So we keep going on. I saw the breakout right here. The whole candle was a nice breakout, but we touched this level right up here and came back down for the retest, but we still had no clear indication that we were going for the move. Now, here it came back and dipped back in. Once it dipped back in, I said, I don't think we're going to have a trade today. I think it's just going to be done. So I actually clicked over to my work screen and just started working. I actually didn't really do much of anything. Then finally, about, I want to say about 12, just out of curiosity, I was like, let's see what's going on. So I look over and I see, at 12:10, 12:45, I see these breakouts here and I see this coming down. And I was like, okay, let's see if we clear this level here, because here in the past, we had this psych level here. Let's see if we clear it, which we did. So I jumped over to the 15-minute for a clear, much better confirmation. So I saw everything, the pattern that was going on. I saw that we broke out on top of the 30-minute orb, which is on a higher time frame on a 15-minute chart, which we were here. We had an aggressive push up. Then we had this test, and I said, let's see if it retests. Let's see if it does anything, which it did. It came back, touched the levels. On the third candle, I was like, I like where this is headed. We are above consolidation, so we moved up to the upside. And right here was my entry. A little bit below this was my entry. We scaled all of this up top. We made money. I want to say I got a little greedy, and we were up a lot, but then I came back down pretty quick. So I exited the trade because I had my stop above entry, which I highly recommend everybody to do. Once you have an entry port and you are in profit, take your stop loss, move it above entry, so that way you're always, no matter what happens to the wick, you're always going to be in profit, which that's what it did. Now, I could have had a little more on the day, but again, it happens. It happens sometimes. It doesn't happen to all of it, but it does happen. I got a little greedy and I let the trade ride for a longer time, but it stopped me out. We made $1,300 on the day. As you can see, $1,300 on the day, and it's not bad. So, but we were up quite a bit on the day, which was exciting. But you know, hey, we take what we could give. We count our blessings. We count our. We say thank you for what we got. We say amen for the things that we get, and we don't get greedy. We just, well, I got greedy, but you know, that's what happens. But we let it go. So then throughout the day when I canceled out the trade, I said, look, this thing could have read if I just held on and probably could have made a little bit more money, but I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to risk anything else going on, so I just closed out the trade. But that was basically it. Simple strategy, just like that. You wait for the 30-minute orb, you wait for the breakout, then the retest, then it comes back up, and then you take your entry, and then you ride the wave. That's all the 30-minute orb is, and that's it. And that's how we made it easy, $1,300. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. For the next time, see you guys on the flip. Peace.